Welcome to my channel. This is Michelle here at Life Mantra Tarot. Um, Excuse my voice, it probably sounds a little nasally and annoying. Um, yeah, I'm kind of still getting over a cold or whatever this is. My students gave me something again. So I've been kind of sick throughout the week, but I'm starting to feel better. I started getting some rest today. Only day off, so I had to do it. Um, Put this down just a little bit. I look a little bit crazy. Yeah, so basically you guys already saw what the reading is going to be about tonight. It's for the 3-3 portal, which is tomorrow. And that portal is usually about opening the gateways of abundance. So abundance and success, things along those lines, things that involve money matters here in this earthly realm that we're in. So with all that said, I'm going to try to wait for some people to kind of start coming in. um, I definitely had to do some cleansing because this sage is still smoking. So, yeah, it'll be very thoroughly cleansed by the time I start picking up cards. But yeah, just kind of fill the room with that negative energy being removed and welcoming in the positive energy of the collective energy of myself as well as your channeled messenger. So, yeah, I'm gonna just wait a second. I do see the sage is starting to die down a little bit. That's good. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying your weekend. Um, Up here in Connecticut, in the New York area, it's been very ugly all day, very rainy. So, yeah. All right, so let's get started. I'm gonna start with the. Thought I was more organized than this, but of course, when I go to look for the cards, they're more scattered around than I expect them to be. All right, so we're gonna start with our Gateway Activation Portal cards. I love this deck because this deck really allows us to just see everything that's going on in our lives at this time, ways that we can be, um, releasing things that no longer serve us, things that we can be working on to kind of get where we're trying to go. Um, so we're going to just dive in and see what happens. Clearest and most accurate messages, Spirit, for the collective energy here. What does the collective need to know and see at this time? For their highest good for the 3-3 portal. Also, depending on the type of energy that shows up, I do have my love decks on deck, as well as my career decks as well, just in case, because like I said, with these kind of readings, it's kind of like you don't really know what's coming through. So I like to try to have everything, readily available. So we'll see. Bottom of the deck, we do have angelic frequency. Angels are here. You are safe, put in connection. So you're very, very connected to source at this time. I'll take my Fitbit off because I did not walk at all today, other than to the bathroom and back in the kitchen. So I don't, anybody who watches my channel, I always take my Fitbit off if I didn't make my steps for the day, because I don't like for my Fitbit to think that I was more active than I actually was. I didn't do shit today. So I had plans to do stuff and I just was tired. I couldn't do it. So anywho, yeah, so Spirit, what does the collective need to know at this time for their highest good? Clearest and most accurate messages, please. Clearest and most accurate messages for the collective. Thank you. Ooh, what we got? Oh, I love this card. Sort of like divine sorry, what is that? It's like, what is that? This is like a little wasn't even, it was like a little limp ball or something, but it looked like it was moving. I guess like when I was breathing, it like was moving. I was like, what the fuck was that? No, it was nothing. Right, anyway, Sword of Light, divine protection, cords cut, breakthrough energy. So, you guys are in the midst of like having a major breakthrough in your life right now, is what I'm getting from that card, which is nice because, that's really what the portals are all about. They're very strong energies within each month, aside from like, your typical like full moons and new moon energy. So, we're seeing that as something that will be worked on during this portal. Um, Cutting cords that no longer serve you. And just really having like a major breakthrough with whatever it is that you're trying to do. We're going to dive deeper into that. So the collective, what else they need to know at this time for their highest good. What else? We have Thoth light codes, light initiation, great teacher, awakening, divine magic. Excuse me. That's a nice energy to see. Um, it's giving me like you guys have a lot of great ideas right now. Um, between the two cards that are already here. I'm also getting that for some of you, take this as it resonates because it will be different for everybody. Some people might be like you're ready to go into like some type of teaching. And when I say teaching, I don't mean literally like a teacher, but it could be more like on a soul level right here in this world that we live in the sense of like, you know, coaching, um, I'm getting coaching for sure for some people. Podcasters, self-help self-help like books and writers, um, blogs or vlogs. I'm getting something like that. Like maybe you're taking like the ideas that you've been kind of coming up with and are in the process of using that in a way to teach or it's like, you know, how they say each one teach one. It's giving me that kind of energy. Each one teach one. So you're taking all the things you've had to learn and you're going to start applying it in some way, shape, or form. I just heard multifaceted. We have Shambhala initiations, retreating to recharge. That's what I was doing today. Trusting in the process and Dharma. You're about to start receiving your good karma after a period of things being rough, right? Things probably, you know, have been rough, and you know, you're having to learn how to just trust in the divine at this time, right? Trust the process and know that everything is that's happening, none of it's in vain, right? It's all happening exactly the way it's meant to. It's not happening to you, it's happening for you. And it's a part of like this initiation here in your life in order to receive your good karma. um, I'm also getting at this time, this is a very important time for you to rest. If you've been feeling kind of off, like how I've been feeling, it could have something to do with some upgrades happening in your body. Take that as it resonates as well. Especially those of you who might have spiritual gifts as well. Like, I mean, we all have gifts, you know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? Like, you know, certain types of capabilities that, you know, every so often your body has to kind of upgrade. And you know, when the closer you get to ending of cycles, you know, those are kind of the things that kind of tend to, I would say tend to transpire. You know, take that as it resonates though. I'm getting for some people, you might be having headaches lately. I'm getting tension headaches and migraines. So tension headaches are the ones that are like kind of more like in the back of the head and they start to radiate towards the front. And then migraines that are usually like on one side of the head, like right behind the eye. Take that as it resonates. I'm also getting some people might be having aches and pains throughout their body, like their joints, very tired energy. I'm also getting people might be having, I'm getting like maybe like stomach pains for some. Take that as it resonates, but just allow your body to recharge at this time because that's really important because you are in a way like being initiated and upgrading. We literally have more than one card here about initiation of some sort. Take it as it resonates though. Tell us more. Let's get maybe two more and then an overarching theme, and then we'll dive deeper with the tarot. Clearest, most accurate messages for the divine. I mean, the collective. But yes, you know, you guys are divine, right? Hi, Fonzo. How are you? Thank you for tapping in. All right. Not sure those were meant to come out, so I'm going to put those back. The way that they kind of hit my hand, I don't trust it. Yeah, so let's get like two more and then we'll get overarching theme. All right, we have Arcturian light codes, evolutionary downloads, recalling power, future thinking. So a lot of you that end up watching this are really thinking hard about the future right now. Like, what do I do at this time? You have a lot of ideas. You know, that's why I was saying before, like, there might be some people having headaches right now who end up watching this. And I mean, even when you look at the the picture, like there's like a beam of light coming right down to that third eye chakra and that crown chakra. It's like a whole system upgrade, if you will. The whole body's kind of going through some things, but you're getting a lot of downloads. So some of you might be having some very weird, interesting dreams. um, and a lot of it might be like, like really like important ideas that are coming through because you're just you're just how can I put it? You're bursting at the seams with all these new ideas of things that you want to do. And so this is a time to really pay attention to your dreams. They probably are very vivid right now. Um, so just pay attention because, and actually write them down, start like a dream journal and, sorry, that's just my little tray with like my sage and stuff in it. Like pay attention because the thing is this, we have more than one thing here in terms of the cards that are about ideas. Some of you might have air in your chart. um yeah, I'm getting a lot of just like a lot of thinking going on. So pay attention because those thoughts, could, change your reality, in a positive way. Let's get some more information. All right, we have Venusian Galactic Council, Star Being Guides, answer the call, time to shine. So yeah, it's your time to shine right now. And it's your time to really just pay attention to, what you're being guided to do. Listen to that inner voice that you're feeling. Even like as I'm looking at this card, because I do pay attention to the imagery of cards as well. I'm getting kind of like this sense of like you know, your divine like guides, you know what I mean? We did have another card talking about guides as well. So it's like it's giving me that energy that like your guides up there, if you believe in that kind of thing, spirit guides, your ancestors, the universe, whatever higher power you believe in, so on and so forth. They're all kind of like guiding you, and they're like, listen, take heed to the call because there's something that you're being called to do. Actually, I'm pull one more card from this deck and then the overarching thing because I love these cards so very much. My one of my best friends, Allie, she probably will pop up. Delilah's Den or Castor River on Facebook. She's amazing, and she gave me these cards, like gave them to me, like from her. So these cards have a special place in my heart for that reason. We have Temple of Truth, throat chakra, authenticity, self-expression. So this is a time to really work on your sense of self-expression. And again, with all the different ideas, they're like, it's time to actually put these ideas into fruition and do something with the ideas because they want you to be more close to your authentic self. And this is a time to create. Some of you might have fire in your chart. I do. I'm a Sagittarius. So I'm seeing a lot of air here and I'm also seeing fire. So, take that as it resonates. But, people who tend to have fire in their chart, they're very expressive, very creative people. So they're saying this is a time to really be authentic, right? Put yourself out there more. Really put your thoughts down on paper and start doing something with those thoughts. Bottom of the deck, we have Sirius star energy. Yes, proceed, be seen. Yeah, be seen. Push through. This is on the bottom of the deck here. So they're just saying, maybe for a while you've been, kind of holding back on these different ideas that you've got going on, and it's like I said it a little while ago, but like you're bursting at the seams with ideas, but you're not necessarily putting them to fruition yet. Maybe there's a little bit of fear associated with some of these thoughts that you've got and these ideas, and how do you, like, what do you do with it? How do you do it? Let's get the overarching theme and then we'll start tapping into the tarot portion. If this is resonating so far, you guys could send some reactions, some hearts and things like that. You could comment in the comment section, intermingle like, amongst each other. That's always cool. I just saw 1441 on the timer. Yeah, so that's always pretty cool. And thank you guys for being here. I appreciate y'all. So we have, as the overarching theme, we have Gaia Gateway Activation. learning experiences, wisdom transmission, earth intelligence. So here in this earthly realm, you have been in the process of learning lessons, right? Lessons that you're able to utilize in order to transmute the energy. So you're able to take, even the not so great or pleasant moments, right? I'm sorry. I have to laugh because there's a I'm sorry, guys. So there's a strip club here in Bridgeport, Connecticut called Pleasant Moments. That just made me laugh. That was kind of funny. Spirit, you guys are funny as hell for that one. But yes, the not so pleasant moments that you had to learn those major lessons from, right? You increased your intelligence and your wisdom, and now you're able to take that energy and that information and transmute it into something new. So I'm also getting that a good way to work on that process is through meditation and energy healing. So this is a good time to, if you're able to, spending time outdoors. This energy has been coming up a lot in the collective readings, I've noticed. I think a lot of people are just like kind of on the same wavelength when it comes to certain things, different circumstances and situations, but the overall process of like the healing and stuff and what people are being called to do is very, very similar at this time. So a lot of people who I read for are getting very similar cards. I mean, there's like in this deck, there's like almost 50 cards, but it seems like the same cards tend to come out a lot. And it shows that, that's why I love collective readings, because a lot of people are in very similar circumstances. So right now we have this card comes up a lot as well for myself, even when I read for myself. Star gathering, stars aligned, remembering home, soul family. So you're about to come into connection with people who are part like of your soul tribe, right? People um who you're going to be in really good alignment with, who are a part of the next phase and journeys of your life, and who are going to help you essentially, and vice versa. Like, they're not just going to be chance encounters. They're going to be people who are meant to be in this part of your life and the phases that you're going through, the changes you're going through. Like, pay very close attention to the people that you're meeting right now, because these are people who are meant to be there for a purpose. Everybody, you know how they always say, like, every person you meet, like, there's a purpose that they serve, right? They're here for, they could be a blessing or a lesson, but either way, they're meant to be here in some way. So just pay attention to that, because I think that a lot of you are about to like start meeting people who are really, really in alignment with where you are right now in your life. Middle of the deck, we have Heart of Source, all-encompassing love, unconditional acceptance, and serenity. So, be at peace with who you're becoming. Love yourself unconditionally, and accept who you truly are fully. And those around you as well, because sometimes, we get mad at ourselves, we get mad at other people, and then we have a hard time with truly accepting people for where they are and meeting them where they are. I just heard Meet Me Halfway by Black Eyed Peas. Can you meet me halfway? I just heard that. Meeting each other in the middle, finding that common ground, and, accepting people where they are, because everybody's in different places in their lives, right? Who's one person over the next? Like, nobody's better than the next person, right? So just be understanding and whatnot of other people, because we're all in different phases of life, all going through different things. And I think they're just saying, be accepting of everyone. And even if they're not meant to be like, integral part of your life, it doesn't mean that, you treat them negatively, right? It just simply means that you understand what they are, meant to serve in your life at this time, and you move on from there. So just be mindful of that. A big part too is being accepting of yourself and loving yourself too. Big part of it. All right, so we're going to tap into the tarot portion. So we're just going to kind of talk about where you guys currently are with it, and with this, this 3-3 portal, as well as like what you're releasing, what you're welcoming, and where you're going from there. And then we'll, like, depending on like the energy I see, that's how I'll determine what other oracle cards I'll pull, and then we'll go from there. All right, spirits, let's get some more clear, accurate messages for the collective, what they need to know at this time for the 3-3 portal. Clearest, most accurate messages, please. Nice. Now see, if you were here like at the very beginning, I was explaining what the 3-3 portal is about, which is usually about abundance, right? So we have this 9 of Pentacles here, which is about independence and abundance and success. You guys are planning how to get there with that 3 of Wands on the top of the deck. Middle of the deck we have Chariot. Yeah, you're moving in a new direction in life. And you're just trying to figure out where to go. It's about finding a sense of direction. This is where following your inner compass is going to be extremely important. All right, Spirit. So what's the overall or current energy for the collective when it comes to the energy we're seeing currently? What's going on here? That was so many redundancies. Oh my God, I would be failing English if I was to write that in a sentence. um, let's see. Thank you. The High Priestess. Okay. So intuitively, you know what you want to do. You have a lot of connection to Source. And I said that earlier because I was getting that energy. Some of you might have spiritual gifts yourself where your intuition is just very, very heightened and strong at this time. I'm about to say heightened as if like I have an English accent. I mean, that was a terrible English accent, but like I almost like was about to say it in a weird accent that came out of nowhere. I don't know why. It happens sometimes. There we go with the sirens. Every time I read, every time. Let's see. Between that and car alarms going off every time. Every time. All right. So, yeah, intuitively, you guys know what you want to do. But I'm also getting that with that great sense of intuition. Remember, we're talking about you're getting a lot of downloads right now, right? So it's a little bit of that confirmation now. You're getting the downloads that are letting you know what it is that you're meant to do at this time, what you're supposed to be doing at this time. So just pay attention to that. Let's see some more about this. So what are the what's the collective releasing at this time? Here are some most accurate messages. What are they releasing at this time? We got, okay, so first off, you guys, so far in this reading, in terms of the main spread, all you have right now on the main spread is major arcana. So this is a major, I mean, the first card we got on the other deck was Sword of Light, which is like the Ace of Swords, basically. So you guys are going through major transformations right now. So we got 2 cards out together. We have the Hanged Man and Death. So you're releasing, right? You're seeing things from a new perspective. You're releasing this sense of not wanting to change. It's like an ego death. Like, you know that there's all these changes that are coming through that you need to make. And then you're just figuring it all out right now. How do I go about doing this so that I can be where I'm trying to be, right? The Temperance is here on the bottom of the deck, another major arcana, right? Finding that sense of peace and balance in your life. So in order to find that sense of peace and balance in your life, there's things that have to be released. And you have to release, in particular, some of your old ways of doing things, old patterns, old habits, old ways of thinking, old people, so on and so forth. Take it as it resonates. Everybody's situation on that is going to be different. But you're definitely in that process of just like, yeah, making a choice, a conscious choice here. And it's not an easy one. More sirens outside. I just heard where there's smoke, there's fire. 2 of Swords, right? There's this sense of, wow, I have these choices I have to make here. How do I make the choices that are necessary in order to release the things that have been holding me back in order to be this new version of myself? Yeah. Some of you might have water in your chart with this King of Cups here in the middle of the deck, or maybe they're just saying this is a time to, really pay attention to your emotions. How are you feeling about these things, right? Being able to hone in on your actual emotions, because sometimes we put the emotions on the back burner. We're like, yeah, no, I'm just going to use logic only. And the thing is this, there's nothing wrong with being logical, but the thing about being overly logical is this. There's going to be things that you're passionate about or that you really care about that you'll put on the back burner simply because it's not, logical or whatever. But when you act with a little bit of emotion, there's really nothing wrong with that. It's just a matter of finding that sense of balance between all of those things. there's a reason why when it comes to tarot there's different elements, right? There's the swords, which is about, you know, intellect and logic. There's the hearts, which is about emotions and feelings. Then there's the wands, which is about action. It's about that fire and, you know, passion behind whatever it is that you want to do. And then there's your missing one. Did I say swords? No, I did say swords, but your earth element. So it would be the pentacles, which is about earthly matters and money and things like that. So point being, right, finding a sense of balance when it comes to all those, that's when you become empress or an emperor, right? So that's where you guys are. You're releasing the things that have been holding you back from becoming that person. And it's like I said, it's like an ego death. You're having to essentially kind of loosely kill off, you know, an old version of yourself that no longer serves you. So let's see. Tell us some more. What's the collective welcoming in at this time? What are they welcoming in at this time? Money, 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 money with this Queen of Pentacles. That's somebody who's financially stable. And I don't necessarily pay too much attention to the genders. I think it's just about money, about that sense of security. That I feel like that's what you're welcoming in, which again, I mentioned earlier, that's usually what the 3-3 portal is about. It's about welcoming in abundance and good news and things like that. There we go. Look at that. Page of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, you know, a little more confirmation there. You know, it's another card about good news when it comes to money matters. So that's really where you guys are, I feel. We have the Three of Pentacles here, so all Pentacles now, right? Clarifying that card. You know, this is about partnerships and collaborations and things like that, apprenticeships and learning, things along those lines. So along with that, we also have the Ace of Wands here in the middle of the deck. So passionate new beginnings. So this is what you're welcoming in. You're welcoming in these new ideas, these things that you're very passionate about at this time in order to make a living, in order to welcome in abundance. I like this energy for you guys a lot. All right, tell us more. What's like the foundation or the basis of all of this for the collective? All right, so we have the Page of Swords, which is depending on the type of reading, right? It's it could represent somebody stalking you, but I don't think it's that here. I think it's more so you guys are just very curious right now. You're paying close attention to you know, what it is that you're trying to do. You know, and you're very, very like protective of whatever this is. Seven of Wands, like you guys, you know, whatever this is, like you're paying close attention to it. You're watching it like a hawk, right? You're studying things. I'm getting people who might have been maybe doing a lot of research lately, because whatever this is something you care about, you know. Excuse me. There's a sense of protection here. King of Swords, yeah, it's about using your logic, right? My dad always says, it's logic or it's bullshit, which is ironic because he's a Cancer, so he's a water sign. He'll be a King of Cups, but okay, Dad. I would love to know more about his birth chart because he probably does have a lot of swords. I mean, well, yes, swords, but he probably has a lot of air in his chart somewhere. But anyway, we have the Wheel of Fortune too, right? In order to turn that wheel around, right? Having to see things from a new perspective. Gosh, there's so many damn major arcanas in this reading. What is the likely outcome? And then we're going to look deeper because I am getting that this is more about, I'm not picking up on love like at all right now. I'm picking up on really like the career stuff, which again makes perfect sense because that's really what this portal is about. So let's see. Yeah, planning, right? This Three of Wands. We saw this twice now. That Three of Wands, that's an energy of foresight and planning, waiting for your ships to come in, patience, right? And just being very, very attentive of where you're headed, right? You don't know where you're going until you know where you've been. Paying attention to the lessons that had to be learned during all of this, I'm getting. But, you know, I feel like you're about to be gifted in some kind of way. Six of Pentacles here. For some of you, take this as it resonates, but let's say if this is job related, um, I feel like some of you might get a raise. Take that as it resonates. Or you'll find an occupation that is going to be a little more balanced, where it's a little more equal give and take. You're not going to feel like you're bending over backwards for a job anymore, which is good. And I think this is after a period of feeling a sense of stagnation and hardships when it comes to finances and things of that nature. Five of Pentacles is here. So, I'm getting this sense of, after a period of things being a little rough, or more than a little rough for some of you, things are about to start turning around, but a lot of this is about foresight and planning. So just really paying attention to what's happening ahead of you, right? Keeping that tunnel vision. And, there's two different things I'm getting here too. Like, one thing is always appreciate where you currently are in your journey, because the thing is, sometimes when you have all these great ideas and stuff, you just have this, like, you have a sense of tunnel vision. You just see ahead, and you're not paying attention to where you currently are. And the problem with that is you don't ever appreciate the person you've become, right? You forget how amazing you are. You forget, wow, like this, like I went through all this shit and I've done all this work, and this is where I'm at, and this is where I'm headed. You're so focused on the future, this, and that, that you're not focused on the now and appreciating who and where you are currently. So just be careful with that, right? Middle of the deck, we have strength. So some of you might have Leo in your chart, with the strength card here. Having that sense of strength and resilience and confidence in yourself to move in a new direction. This is really nice. I like this for you guys a lot. So let's see what else. There's no one really here. Like, there's people who come in and come out, come in, come out. I don't know if it's like the same people or not, but I'm gonna pull from the career and finance deck, because I do feel like a lot of you guys are trying to figure out what's going on when it comes to that. I'm not picking up on love much at all, so that's what I'm gonna look into. Alright, so Spirit, let's get a few messages when it comes to career and finance. Another siren. So this is going to be possibly a very important message. Saw direction while I was shuffling. I was saying before that a lot of you guys are just trying to find a sense of direction of where to go when it comes to these ideas that you've got. So I saw it again. So this is a matter of really focusing inward of how you're feeling right now. Thank you. Then we have looking. I saw this card like 3 times while I was shuffling. It's okay to look for better work. Be discreet in your search. You need to be aligned with your life purpose to be fully satisfied. I'm getting some people, after what I just said, some people might work in retail art at this current moment, and they're over that job. I'll be honest, that's me preaching to the choir here, because I am over my job at the liquor store that I work at. I don't want to work there anymore, and I've been wanting to leave for a very long time now, but I'm still there. So maybe you guys are doing retail and you can't stand it anymore. You're just like, this is not it. What we got? So we got 2 cards that came out together. We have education is here, which is interesting because we got that Page of Swords, which is giving that same energy along with that 3 of Pentacles we had saw earlier. You need to take a class or do research to find a better position, or you may find yourself writing a book or teaching others. Wow, well, would you look at that? How is that for a confirmation? Because everything I just said already is just showing up in that one card right there. Then we have magic that came out along with it. You have the power now. I've got power. Use your magic to attract what you want into your life. The sky's the limit. Yeah, the sky's the limit. Like, this is a time of really researching and paying attention, which I already mentioned earlier. Let's get maybe 3 or 4 more from this deck. And we'll pick some more oracle cards to close out. Honest work. It's okay to have a job that's not very glamorous, exactly. Get some experience to help you move up in the future. Success is a process, not a quick fix. It takes time to get to where you're trying to go, right? So understand that. Understand that it takes time. You have to be patient. You have to temper yourself. We just see the temperance card earlier. So, just understand it. There's levels to this shit, right? It takes time. It's not going to happen overnight, but just keep on doing what you're doing because you're on the right path. Just, continuously pay attention to your inner compass of where you're being led, and do your research on things that interest you, so on and so forth, because there are definitely things coming towards you right now when it comes to career and finance. We have investment here. Invest in your education. So we've got education here more than once, like 3 times now. So some of you might benefit from taking some type of course or something. Take that as it resonates. If there's something you've been really interested in, that you've been thinking about, like, taking a course about, like, whether it's like public speaking for, like, so you could be a motivational speaker, or writing courses so that you could do like a self-help book or something, you know what I mean? Something along the creative realm of helping people, because I'm getting like that sense of people wanting to do something creatively when it comes to speaking or using your words in some kind of way, whether it's writing or something. I picked up on that way early in the reading. But anyway, let me finish reading that card. Invest in your education and make some big plans. That's that Three of Wands energy, for the future. Take calculated risks, but be safe with something to fall back on. Right. So don't make any decisions just all willy nilly right now. This is a time of planning. Remember that last card that came out with the tarot was this, which is all about planning, the Three of Wands. So focus on that. Let's get maybe 1 or 2 more from this deck. Let's get 2 more from this deck. Thank you. We have renewal. Yep, there we go. One of the first cards we had saw earlier in the reading was about recharging. So you need to take time to recharge your energy to get back on track. Challenges ahead require you to have faith and breakthrough. So more than one card about breakthroughs and resting, because you are going into this new phase of life right now. So it'll be kind of tiring, like physically, mentally, emotionally, all that, but it will be worth it in the end, is what they're trying to get at here. And it's what you're meant to do. So you just have to pay attention to that. Pay attention to your body. We have looking again. I did read this already, but I'll read it again because it's not the main spread. It's okay to look for better work. Be discreet in your search. You need to be aligned with your life purpose to be fully satisfied. Exactly. So that's very important right now, right? There we go with sirens again. Jesus Christ. I don't like to use the name in vain, but it's like the 3rd or 4th time in this reading that there's sirens going by when I'm talking. Now, I had earlier heard where there's smoke, there's fire. Pay attention, to all the signs. We have on the bottom of the deck, protection. You are being protected from deceit, and we have more than one card about protection as well. You are being protected from deceit and from situations that no longer serve you. Lie low for a while, and you will be shown the truth. So there might be some things that are like kind of hidden from you at this time. Like I just heard hidden truth, that you can't fully see right now, but just know that you don't have anything to worry about. So we saw more than one card about protection too. So don't worry about it, like just, surrender a little bit. Surrender control is what I'm getting to, because it's like, damn sirens. Yeah, like surrendering control right now is important, because sometimes we put ourselves in positions where we're so focused on, I have to do this, and that. I have to do all these different things to get where I'm trying to go, blah, blah, blah. Like, the thing is, sometimes you don't have to do nowhere near as much as what you think they have to do. Sometimes just allowing the universe and your higher power to do some of the work for you. Like, I'm not saying don't do anything, because no, it doesn't work that way. But, the things that you can't control, surrender control there, and then allow for the higher power to help you in the rest of your journey, is what I'm kind of getting here. Just know that you are protected with whatever it is that you're trying to do. You won't be steered in the wrong direction. We have wish come true on the top of the deck. Your wish is being granted, but it may not come in the way that you expected. No worries, is just something that you need. Exactly. So sometimes, when you do happen to surrender control, you're not going to get necessarily what you wanted in the exact form, but you will get it in the way that was meant to happen. And you'll get the signs and synchronicities to go along with it. And you'll be like, oh, that's why I always say, sometimes, rejection is God's protection, right? It's like, there's times where things happen in our lives where we're like, damn, it didn't go the way I wanted it to. And then you realize you dodged a bullet. Like, you meet people in your life who are no good for you, or it could be a job that you didn't get, and then you hear about like that job shut down later, or there was some bullshit. Like at my job where I'm at right now, like our job, like, or the company itself is pretty big, right? I'm just going to use a quick example, and you know, I'm an assistant teacher, but I wanted to do that in a different building where the kids are more typical, because right now I work with kids that have a lot of disabilities and stuff, and I love my students, don't get me wrong, but I'm getting older. I'm pushing 40, and physically it's harder on my body than it was when I was only 34, 35, right? So it's like, I'm like, actually I was 33 when I started working there, so it's like, all the bumps and bruises and scrapes and headbutts, and I'm like, it's getting to be a lot, picking kids up off the floor, my back hurts, I'm just like, physically it's hard, right? Can I do the same job for the same amount of money in a different building where the kids are a little more typical? I didn't get that job. Somebody else did from my program, and they hated it, and they came back. God's rejection sometimes is protection. That's just an example I'm going to use right there. Yeah, I say that to make the point that when things aren't going in the way that you want them to go, just understand that, God is always going to send something in its place that's better for you, and it might not make sense sometimes in that moment, but it will make sense later, as all 41 will look up. Let's see. So I'm going to pull from this card, and then I'm going to pull maybe some affirmations to close out, and that'll be the end of the reading. Um, Unfortunately, it wasn't as much of a turnout as I was hoping, but it happens. But I'm happy for those of you that did stick around and who are here, because you are greatly appreciated, and I'm hoping that the messages are making sense and they resonate. Always hit that like button or react or leave messages in the comment section, whatever works for you, because all those things are meaningful for me, and it lets me know that I've connected with you, and that this has been helpful. I'm thinking about going live on my Facebook page too after this, which is technically private, but might do that too. I haven't gone on there in a while. It's a harder crowd because I get way more views, but at the same time, it's people who I actually know on there, and it's a little scary. But anyway, bottom of the deck, we have Angel of Love. So, I mean, some of you might be getting ready to welcome love into your life, which is nice. So let's get a few cards from here, and then we'll get some affirmations to close out. Okay. Door to Spirit. I think a lot at this time, a lot of you might be working on getting more in tune with your higher self and your spirit guides, your higher power, whatever you believe in. And this is interesting for some of you because this might be new. The number in there is 32, which is 5, which is about change. So this might be something new for some of you guys, like this whole like being more spiritual and being on your spiritual journey, like really just needing that sense of guidance of where you're going, right? But you know that you're being steered in the right direction, which is the utmost importance, right? Like, as long as you know you're being guided in the right direction and you're listening, that's good. We have Woman Holding a Heart. So that's about basically the equivalent of the Queen of Hearts. So, I mean, Queen of Hearts. This is Alice in Wonderland. Sorry, Queen of Cups. So some of you might have water in your chart, or somebody around you might have water in their chart who's important to you. It could also just be saying that some of you guys at this time are, and I saw this energy earlier, learning how to make decisions right now that aren't just logical. So I did see a lot of swords energy, which is giving me air signs. So it's about logic. I think a lot of you are starting to tap more into your emotions when it comes to making your decisions, which is not a bad thing. Again, it's about balance. It's about being able to use your discernment and say, okay, at this time, I need to be able to make this decision based off of this versus that. Um, you don't want to only follow your passions. You don't want to only follow your logic. You don't want to only follow your gut. You don't want to only follow your heart, right? You have to be able to integrate all of those when you make your decisions so that you go in the right direction because they're all important. But I think that a lot of you guys probably have had a hard time following your heart because sometimes your heart led you astray and you're like, I don't trust that shit. So it's like, now you guys are kind of learning more about, being able to do that. And now we have strategy here. So you're strategizing, right? We talked about that before as well. Strategizing how to make plans. And it's giving me that Three of Wands energy because we saw that earlier. And the number here is 21. So it's giving me that sense of like really planning ahead and figuring out what the next thing is. I'm getting for some of you, I said this, I think, earlier in the reading, if I remember correctly. Some of you might benefit from a sleep journal. Um, just because I'm like analyzing the card, you might be getting a lot of downloads while you sleep. So in the form of dreams. And they're saying pay attention to those because they're not just dreams. There's something deeper to it than that. And we have the world here. This card could represent the ending or the beginning of a cycle, but it also could represent, I just heard the world is your oyster. And it also represent the fact that you guys are in this sense of um, embarking on this journey when it comes to utilizing more technology. Remember, we talked about like this sense of like research, right? We saw more than one card about researching. So using the World Wide Web, aka the internet, to be able to get ideas or understand, more things that you might not fully understand just yet. And I did see that energy of needing to possibly educate yourself about something. So you might be taking like an online course or something to help you go in the direction you're trying to go as well. I'm getting for some of you. Let's get one more from this deck. That too. All right, so we have blossoming abundance here. Another card with a 3 on it, so threes are important. You might be seeing a lot of threes lately, along with envy. Um, there might be people getting ready to envy you or already doing so when it comes to where you are on your path. Pay attention to the people around you. Remember, I said some people, they're going to kind of fall off naturally, right? It's almost like the garbage took itself out. Some people in your life are not meant to be there in that way. They're not supportive of you. So it's just saying, be mindful of the people as you're growing and expanding in your life. Pay attention to how the energy shifts and changes around you. Some people are going to be all for it. And they're going to be like, oh yeah, I'm proud of this person for doing all of this. Yeah, they're doing the damn thing. While others are going to be hating on you and envious and wish they had what you had. So just watch that, right? Yeah, look at that. Deceit. You can't make this shit up even if you wanted to. And it's giving me 7 of swords energy with the 25 is in here. 7. Yeah, it's giving me like 7 of swords, somebody who, you know, is very sneaky. There might be some anxieties surrounding all of this, right? This new phase of life and moving into a new direction. But, you're on the right path. And then we have the 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel, which is all about, and another card that comes out to 5 is about change. There's anxieties about this change that's coming through. But they're like, you're getting all these downloads, right? Pay attention to the downloads that are coming through because they're coming through for a reason. All right, so I'm going to close out with some sacrifice cards, like what we can be releasing in order to kind of, bring in the sense of abundance and these new ideas and putting them into fruition and so on and so forth. Because there's some good energy here, really good energy. So it's just really a matter of, knowing the people around you, paying attention to that energy. things that need to be released in order to welcome in the things that are coming through. All right. Well, big thing here is fear of change. I'll read the whole card. The universe is reminding you that you are cared for always. We saw a card about that before. Um, Whether you're afraid of change in your job, your health, or a relationship, or if you fear aging or death, repeat the affirmation, I have faith that all is well. So just, be mindful that everything's okay. It's just, it's natural to, you're only human, right? Like, it's okay to have the sense of fear that's associated with these changes that are coming through. Um, Perfectly normal. But just don't stay in a place of fear to the point where it becomes stagnation or even paralysis, right? In action. We have surrender the habit of people pleasing. Oh boy. If I don't resonate with this card, my goodness. Speak your needs and be true to yourself. Focus on your own happiness instead of always trying to make everyone else happy. Hi, how are you? I'm well as well. I hope that you're enjoying your weekend. Thank you for stopping in. This reading is actually almost over, unfortunately, but I'm going to just pull these last couple of cards. But if you haven't done so, please like, share, and subscribe, because if you start this video from the beginning, I'm pretty sure you'll probably find something that that you enjoy. We have surrender worry. Make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-filled, we saw a card about anxiety earlier, anxiety-driven life. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body. Focus on the power of your heart. We talked about that earlier. And have faith that spirit is guiding you always. You're being guided right now, right? So just pay attention to that, because there's a reason why this is all happening the way that it's happening. Let's get maybe one more from this deck. Thank you. We have another one I can resonate with. Surrender comparisons with others. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. And that's something that a lot of us go through, right? It's just the way, this is the thing, like we're in this era right now where we're watching social media and things like that. So we see all these people who, come from rags to riches and all that, the celebrities, all this stuff. And the thing is this, like, in some cases the shit's completely fake altogether, or even if it's real, it's like, it's still one of those things where it's like, why compare yourself? Sometimes you can't compete where you don't compare, right? It's like you're in your own lane. Stay in that lane and understand that you are amazing regardless of if you're on the same level of other people, because at the end of the day, everybody's on a different path. you know I've had to learn that the hard way. And another thing I'm getting to, it's not here yet, but like making sure that you don't have too much of an attachment to results, right? People, they think of numbers and figures. It's the only way I could define my success. Well, success should start internally, right? Like, define it for yourself. Set your standards high for yourself, and then define your success in that way. My grandmother had a really, really great quote that said something along those lines, and I'm just like, and she was a social worker, and she worked in the colleges here in Connecticut for over 30 years. She did some study abroad in Sweden and stuff like that, and for psychology and things. And you know, she was amazing. And when she passed, like, I felt like I was supposed to be like her. I'm like, oh well, I'm supposed to carry on this legacy. I have to be like Mary Edie. And it's like, everybody's like, well, you're not Mary Edie. Nobody is. Like, stop. Right? But I try to like be like, I wanted to be like this little mini version of my grandmother, and like, that was not realistic, right? And now I'm doing something completely different, and I'm still helping people. So I say that just to make the point that, we all have to figure out what that looks like for us, what success looks like for us. Don't compare yourself to others. Let's get one more, and then we'll close. One more and we'll close. Okay. um, Surrender stubbornness. Some of you might have Earth in your chart. I'm getting Taurus for some of you. I have a Taurus North Node, so I get it. If you're tensing up or taking rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you communicate more lovingly with others and yourself. All right, bottom of the deck we have surrender to passion. Get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. It's giving me solar plexus. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. It's here on the bottom of the deck. On top of the deck we have surrender to silence and quiet meditation or contemplation. Let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can help and replenish you. We talked about that sense of needing to rest before, right? And calming the waters of your mind. It's giving me that energy. There's a reason why I rested almost the whole day up until about an hour ago. Middle of the deck, we have surrender, negative thinking. You have control over your thoughts. When negative thoughts surface, say thank you for sharing and quickly you focus on positive affirmations, right? So retraining your brain when it comes to how you process things is very important at this time I'm getting. All right, so with all that said, I'm hoping that this message resonated for those who did stick around. Yeah, I'm gonna probably, I don't have my Fitbit. 9 o'clock. Yeah, I could probably do it. I'm probably gonna go on my personal account on Facebook and go live on there. I think I'll have a better turnout because unfortunately it wasn't that much of a turnout here. But I hope that the message at least resonated with those who did watch. Yeah. So with all that said, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. I love you all so very much for tuning in and stopping by. So until next time, bye.